basically like a Mama Fua is basically a domestic cleaner. Like that's what like, they are mostly known for. But that nowadays, like, in terms of services, does go like, beyond that. So you find it that like, these are people that women that you can actually hail to your home or even call to your home to come and clean your house, clean utensils, like do laundry and cook for you, and they can do babysitting. They can actually like, provide care, giving in the future, everything
Awesome.
that has to do with it. I think like, that comes off of like, the reality that most of my ideas are actually birthed from a place of frustration.
Yeah.
Like, personal frustration. So I've used Mama Fua as all my like for the better part of my life, like, all the way from campus level, all the way past campus. So, like, there's this time that like, I just joined campus and I was like, the skills I'm actually like, or even the quality of service I'm getting from the various Mama Fuas, I'm getting like, especially like, when I move to a different place, would actually differ, like they fluctuate a lot.
Yeah.
So I was like, how about we standardize like, these services? And like, it wasn't convenient. Once you move to like a different space, you have to look for a different
another Mama Fua, yeah.
You get.
Yeah.
Like, so that in itself, like, does come with its own share of frustration. So yeah, like, I mean, like, that's what, like, I mirrored and realized that, like, there could be like 1,000 more people out there, like, that are actually like, facing the same frustration as me. Yeah, so this is like a hostel, like basically within around Daystar, University at the River. It's called Harry Homes, and this is where like the reason as to why we actually here is because we're setting up like a laundromat within that should actually like, then sort the students' laundry problems, especially for the kind of students who are like, well, I'd want like, a machine wash, but can it be affordable? Can it be convenient? So there's a laundromat idea via which like, they can just hail via their phones. But we're also not just setting up a laundromat. Yeah. We are looking to like also like, 30% of our proceeds, so whatever we actually get our revenues, like go towards sorting out the kind of students who miss on exams because maybe they lack like 7,000 or 10,000 or 30,000. Yeah. Yeah, so that's equally nice. Like, something that we're actually looking to sort from within the institution.
Awesome.
Yes.
Cool. I think we need to head inside. I want to check out like your space and we see more.
We started in 2016. That's when we started on the research. We did surveys, like, with not just the students, but like, people out there, like, various estates and all. And
so what kind of research did you do? Like,
so what we did was like, now like, people who are actually subject to the research were like the Mama Fuas. Yeah. Yeah. So like, now apart from the consumers, the suppliers, like, we needed to know, like, what kind of challenges do they face? Yeah. Like, because some of them, like, face a bit of, like, sexual harassment. Yes. Or something like that. Like, the kind of things we bumped into were actually, like, in themselves, like, horrific. Yeah. In the sense of, like, there's a specific Mama Fua that actually, like, told us, Moja. And she was like, oh, like, yesterday this and this happened. And, like, the client told me that before he pays me, then this has to happen. Oh no. So you get things like that. That's primarily like, a lot of that, like, informed the reason as to why we had to get into this market. Okay, cool. Areas in which we haven't launched where people are still using regular Mama Fuas, they have training concerns, skills, like, could be not up to scratch. Yeah. And again, like, it's not just that, but there's also like, apart from, there's the whole issue of convenience. Like, you've just moved from one area to another, then you have to walk the streets to get a Mama Fua. Yeah. But like, those days are in the past now that we're here. Yeah. Yeah. From what I've actually like, realized is that like people still have issues. Like, we still have nightmare households. Exactly. Because now you find it that like, someone like, did whatever it is, like, to you, your child and stuff. And sometimes like, the details get lost in between. Oh yeah, so this is actually like an offshoot of like, you know, the Mama Fua idea, because like basically like it's not everyone who actually like, you know, who wants to do laundry that is comfortable with the idea of someone like, you know, docking by their home.
Yes.
But like there are people who are spatially sensitive, would be like, hey, for me, like I just want my laundry done, but like a Mama Fua coming to my place is a bit of intrusion.
Yes, okay.
Yeah,
I understand that.
So at least like, you know, pick up and delivery at a Mama Fua rate, so that the most you're actually spending, probably like, you know, per basket would be like 400 bob. Our laundromat functions differently.
Yeah.
I mean, like, this is supposed to actually, like, you know, give an alternative to, like, the traditional idea of a laundromat. And much of what we do is, like, on this side, we'll actually, like, you know, now be installing, like, you know, traps, like, more like the sink thing.
Yeah.
And like 6 of them, so that like through the app, as you actually, like, you know, place an order for like a pickup and delivery thing, you can choose whether you want your clothes to actually, like, you know, be done via a machine
or hand washed.
And then, like, you know, that still, like, you know, saves you on cost, and it's still like the usual Mama Fua rate, like with an added cost of the detergents. We have students who have, like, for example, like, you know, the kind of students who can't afford much, like, you know, in terms of upkeep. Maybe they're on scholarship, but like upkeep is a bit of an issue. They can actually, like, you know, make this their gig. For the accounting students, they can actually come and help us with our books.
Oh,
you
I
get
like
on
it.
That way, they can actually, like, you know, improve on their skills. And not just that, like, you know, the marketing students are the ones that can actually become our ambassadors, such that now they can go, like, you know, door to door.
Very
and
smart.
For every sort of, like, you know, subscription, they get a certain amount, and the one who gets the most becomes the campus ambassador.
Okay, cool.
You get.
I like that. Yeah. It's definitely a better way to go than, you know, we hear a lot of these university students are going like the sponsor you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
So,
like,
this is
the sponsor remedy.
Yeah.
For sure.
I love it.
You have the choice of probably, like, you know, entering or keying in, like, you know, your location.
Yeah.
And that in itself gives you the option of placing an order for someone else. Say, for example, you're in the office and you're actually placing an order for your wife who's at home, or for your, let's just say, like, you know, for your spouse who's at home and stuff like that. So you can very easily do that. All these Mama Fuas, they have ratings, so from 1 to 5. So depending on the quality of work they've been dispensing out there. So with that, you're able to actually see the top rated ones and how close, like, you know, in terms of proximity, like, you know, how far are they from you and all that. So you pick on one, you can actually, like, you know, see through all their details, like their pictures, the name, and the rating and all that. You don't get a number or a contact there, because then people would turn this into a Tinder situation.
Oh God.
For sure. I know, man. Like, this is Kenya.
Yeah, true.
So we have the basket approach, and then we have, like, the time, like, you know, approach to things, whereby, like, you can have a Mama Fua for 1 hour, you're only paying for that one hour, or 5 hours, but whatever you use her for, that's cleaning related, is up to you.
Okay.
You get. And then we also have, like, the kg approach, so we'll be equipping our Mama Fuas with, like, especially in Nairobi, with the weighing machine. Yeah, the scale. So with that, like, they're able to actually, like, you know, come to your home and still, like, you know, confirm the weight and stuff like that, because I know there are people who are already used to, like, you know, that kind of language. And then finally, we have the itemized approach, whereby
1 item at a time.
Yeah, like you, for example, like, you know, if it's a t-shirt, there's a pictogram of it, and then underneath of which there's a plus and minus sign. So you can increment and decrement on the number, and that adds to cart automatically. Awesome. So that in itself will actually give you the opportunity to actually cut your coat according to your size.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
We're actually getting like 300 bob to 500 bob a day, and that's when they're lucky. As it is presently, like Mama Fuas in Eldoret are actually earning between 1,500 to 2,000 bob a day, and it's something that's actually consistent on the bare minimum of 1,500.
Good job.
And that in itself. So we are actually like, setting this up, like, the very first being at Daystar. So we are like, intending to actually like, because we've taken like another set of machines at USIU. We have another space that we've gotten at Catholic University.
Awesome.
So with that, like, those are the first 3 universities that we want to start with. So maybe within like, the span of like 3 months, like we shall have like, set up the other 2. But at present, like, we are at Daystar University, and we've actually like, set this up. We've done like a washer and a dryer, so they are the LG stackable machines.
Awesome.
That should actually like, be efficient in terms of turnaround time and all. We're bringing like another set over here. That should actually like, then see to it that like if you bring your laundry, then you get it within back.
Okay.
We launched in November last year in Eldred with 250 practically trained Mama Fuas. Yeah, like practically trained, because what we did was like get a house, furnish it. They come like, they understand, like, they can clean like various surfaces practically.
Awesome.
Yeah, like they can actually like, because some of them like, they'll be like, we go into these clients' homes, and sometimes you find an appliance that you're actually not familiar with. So that in itself already like, beats your self-esteem. Like, you'd be like, I'm not so sure. You get, and sometimes like, one of the major struggles, like, during the training was them, how they could tell apart like the kind of clothes that's shed and all that.
Awesome.
So we actually like, train them on that, and also like, if you are to clean the wall, would you do a bottom-up approach? Would you do a top-down approach? If it's a bedroom, like, would you like probably like, do the bed first and then do the floor? You get.
Okay, so they went through very thorough training.
Very thorough training. First, like, thing that we actually like, trying to provide to the client is that safety aspect.
Safety.
Where you find it that like, we like, a Mama Fua, like we have the certificate of good conduct. We have like, it's not just us having, but that is the onboarding process. As they onboard, they
and it's available on the app.
Exactly.
Okay.
And during our research, one of the things that we also did was to actually collude with the area chiefs.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I love that collaboration.
And then again, like our Mama Fuas in Nairobi, we got them from CBOs, so they belong to a CBO somewhere that knows they live there. Okay. Like they have this nanny as a relative. You get that kind of a thing.
So very community, grassroots focused.
Yeah, so there's that. What's most obvious is like now the financials. Because like that in itself, like, I mean, like a lot has been invested in this. The training consumes the most, and not just the training, but also like, the branding, the marketing and all.
Everything goes.
Yeah. So given the fact that like, up till this point, like it's actually like, been off of my pockets and my co-founder's pockets.
Okay.
And with that, like you find it that like, sometimes it pushes you to a corner, but like, you do anything for your dream. Your dream is your baby, man. Yeah. Yes. So yeah, that's me and the dream. But again, like, we also have challenges, like, that we actually like progressively addressing that have to do with the Mama Fuas. There's a culture around it.
There's a culture of Mama Fua? What's a culture?
Yeah, like the culture would be, you see, like now we tell them that like, your phone is your office. You get?
Yeah.
Because like prior to us launching, you'd find it that like some of them would be using their husband's phone. Some of them didn't have like the best of like, phone etiquette or something like that, such that like when a phone rings, that could be an opportunity to earn. So like sometimes like I think like last year we were struggling a lot with that, but that has actually like, is actually at its lowest now. The other challenge would probably be the fact that like, we're young people. So sometimes like, when we walk into certain spaces, like, yes, we are young, and like, we are dealing with people who are actually older. So sometimes like you'd find it that like last year like they couldn't take us seriously. They were like, what are these young people trying to do? You get that kind of a thing. So that was a challenge. We started like, you know, development sometime in 2018. 2019 thereabout, and then like, you know, just we got like, you know, a developer. He was like an individual developer. Then we got to a point whereby like, you know, he'd given us so much hopes, but this guy, even after we paid, like didn't even do a third of the app.
Oh no.
A third of the app, and there you are, you printed merchandise in terms of t-shirts, like, you know,
you're ready for launch,
that's what
but the
using.
product is not
yeah. And then now, like, you know, after the bubble carol being busted, like, you know, we had to actually like, you know, start on the process of development.
Start again?
Yeah, we got another developer, like an individual developer, given the fact that I don't have a tech background. Yeah, so we got another guy who, and like, you know, there's a lot of big talk around that space.
Pro tip, if an engineer has big talk, they're probably not that great.
Exactly, like, you know, because that's what I'm learning like right now. And like, then that guy got to a point whereby he developed something, but like there was a lot of complication around it, in the sense of like, you know, he built something that wasn't working. He'd been paid, so we lost another 300K. No, that was 500K. The previous guy was 300. And then now we actually like, you know, got another company that we subcontracted. Like we're no longer dealing with individuals.
Yeah.
And you know, like because the second person actually like, you know, messed us up when hopes had been given, and we were already like, you know, pushing for a launch. We'd already paid for like a roadshow track and all that. Yeah, and like, you know, that happened. But now, like, you know, we got like a company that's actually like, you know, developed, like, you know, and still like, you know, improving on the app, and they've done an amazing job here in Kenya. But like, I do believe that there are people who are actually like, you know, struggling with that out there, who have amazing ideas, willing to pay, but like, you know, are being ripped off by
being have been robbed.
Use
the word robbed. You have been robbed.
Yeah. Like with that, like, you know, they actually suffer off the blades of the so-called narcissistic developers or whatever.
But they are, like, I do know there are some very good engineers on the continent, but you just have to be super mindful and be aware of what you need to look for.
I wish that information would actually like, you know, be made readily available to like the creatives, like, you know.
Okay, it's a nice thing. It's a nice okay, I've been moving around with the CEO of Mama Fua.
You've been moving around with the CEO of Mama Fua?
I've heard everything about so many things about Mama Fua. And I expect it will be something very nice. For people living around, let's talk of universities. Okay, let me just say university mostly.
University mostly,
Because we understand the situation usually the student pass through. So basically it will be more important for them.
Awesome.
My name is Nalwa Walter.
Nalwa, I love that name.
Walter.
Yeah,
I'm the chair of the council of the Students Association.
Hey, that is very serious title.
I'm glad to be serving here at Daystar University.
Awesome. Okay. This is in relation with Mama Fua. What do you think about Mama Fua?
Mama Fua is, first let me say it's amazing.
It's amazing.
And because the founder is an alumni of Daystar University.
Daystar.
Definitely we are proud of it. That is a real innovation from him. That we feel it can be used all over the world. So we as Daystar, we as the people who are pioneering it, we are proud to have it within our jurisdiction. And we believe it's going to serve not only Daystar, but Kenya, Africa, and even the world.
The world, amen. I really love that.
First, I'd say that the bit that Mama Fua trains the mamas outside there who are on their hustle, moving from one house to another. But because Mama Fua has come up with a very convenient and effective way that they train these mamas professionally, certify them, such that you can hire the mamas. They come to your house. They do complete laundry to your house. They clean everything. Then you pay them as per the agreement. That is the bit I like about it, because it upholds the worthiness of our mothers who are trying to look for a living for their families and whoever. You know, it's the 21st century. And we are in a technological era whereby nobody will want to go walk distances. So it's a text away or a phone call away, and you'll be able to get your services on spot. Besides that, Mama Fua being around campus, we intend, because the founder is an alumni of Daystar University, we intend that when the business begins, we will be able to at least pay school fees for 1, 2 or 3 students in such a way that we are giving back to our community. So that will be encouraging any other persons who comes up with an idea. We tell them that we are going to support you, but in turn we want you to reciprocate the same. So Mama Fua is a very amazing app, and besides that, again, it's affordable. The costs are charged when doing the laundry or when doing the cleaning. This will enable all students throughout the week. Students will go to class clean.
It's important.
Our student lawyers and even the ones doing nursing, they'll have clean suits, clean attires. As Daystar University, we are not like any other university. And I don't say this to demean the other institutions, but our standards are high, and we look up to upholding that standard.
Oh wow, beautiful. I am sold.